So today we will learn a concept called two-port networks in network theory. So normally two-port networks are the circuits which has two different terminals. So if I write the block diagram of the two-port networks, I'll be getting two inputs here. Means this is the input port, sorry, and this is the output port. Okay, so here this is normally called as port 1 and 1 dash, and this is called as port 2 and 2 dash, and this would be the network, electrical network with two terminals is normally called as two-port networks. So in the discussion of two-port networks, we normally assume the current at the input port is entering, and we also assume the current at the output port is also entering. Okay, so this is the terminal 1 and this is terminal 2. Okay, so this is port 1 and port 2, therefore we normally call this as two-port networks, whereas across this port 1 the voltage is V1, across this port 2 the voltage is V2. Okay, so normally you will see any electrical network you take, they will normally be in two-port networks only, means they will be in the nature of two-port networks only. So what we are going to do here is we are going to analyze four different two-port network parameters. So they are, the first one is we will be learning Z parameters, and then we will be discussing on Y parameters, and then we will be discussing on T parameters. So Z is impedance, Y is admittance, and T parameters, or it is also called as ABCD parameters, which T or ABCD parameters, which is T stands for transmission parameters. Then the last one is we have H parameters, where H stands for hybrid. So mixture of both Z and Y is normally called as H parameters. Now we will discuss on Z parameters. We will see the definition of Z parameters. Okay, Z parameters. So for defining the Z parameters, we will normally go with the two different equations for the two-port network. One is V1 is equal to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2. So this is the first equation, and the second equation is V2 is equal to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. This is the second equation. So we normally take these two equations to define the Z parameters. So now in these two equations we say Z11 is equal to, so in this equation Z11 equals V1 by I1. So when do we get V1 by I1? When I2 is equal to 0. So in this equation, if you make I2 equals 0, then you get Z11 equals V1 by I1. So similarly, you also get in equation 2, you get Z21 equals V2 by I1 when I2 equals 0. See, in the equation 2, when you make I2 equals 0, you get V2 by I1, which is equal to Z21. See, in the same way, if we need Z12 is needed, then we get V1 by I2 when I1 is 0. V1 by I2 when I1 is 0. Similarly, we get Z22 equals V2 by I2 in second equation. We get Z22 equals V2 by I2 when I1 equals again 0. When I1 equals 0. It means that think we have a two-port network where we are finding out the Z parameters, where this is port 1 and this is port 2, where the port 1 has V1 and I1, and in port 2 we have I2 and V2. So what we do is, when finding out Z11 and Z21, while finding out Z11 and Z21, we normally make I2 to be equal to 0. Current I2 equals 0 means we try to keep the the output port or the port 2 to be open. We open the port 2. Okay, we create an open circuit across the port 2 terminal. Whereas across port 1 we connect the voltage V1. Whereas across that open circuit, what we find out the voltage is nothing but V2. So by keeping I2 equals 0, by keeping output port open, we try to find out Z11 and Z21. Okay, Z11 and Z21. Similarly, by keeping input port open, because I1 equals 0, so by keeping input port open, where V1 would be the voltage across that open circuit, by keeping open at the input port, we try to find out the parameters Z12 and Z22, because I1 is 0. So when current is 0 means such circuit where current is 0 will behave as open. Okay, so that is what we do here. Now coming to what is Z11, what is Z12 here is, Z11 is V1 by I1. So normally Z11 is open circuit, Z11 is open circuit input impedance. Z11 is open circuit input impedance. Why open circuit? Because we find out all the parameters. We find out all these Z parameters either by keeping port 1 as open or by keeping port 2 as open. Whenever I2 is 0, port 2 will be open. Whenever I1 is 0, port 1 will be open. Therefore, you are creating an open circuit across input and output port to find out all these four parameters, because current I2 and I1 will be 0 accordingly. Therefore, all these impedances will normally called as open circuit. You would use the word in the beginning as open circuit, and then you say whether it is input impedance or output impedance and so on. Why Z11 is called as input impedance? Because it is input voltage by input current, both voltage and current of port 1. Therefore, it is called as input impedance. Similarly, Z22, if you see, you have V2 by I2. V2 by I2 is output voltage by output current, or port 2 voltage and port 2 current, whatever we have. Therefore, we call this as open circuit output impedance. Open circuit, because as I1 equals 0, we create open circuit across the input. Therefore, whatever the impedance that we find is only found by making I1 0. It means by creating open circuit across the port 1. Now coming to Z12 is open circuit forward impedance. So why forward impedance? Because from port 1 to port 2. 1 2 is what? Port 1 to port 2. You are finding out voltage at port 1, current at port 2. Okay. Then Z21 is open circuit reverse impedance. Because this is output voltage by input current ratio. V2 is output voltage, I1 is input current. So V2 by I1 is the ratio for Z21. So we normally call it as open circuit reverse impedance. Now, overall, if you say Z parameter also called as open circuit impedance parameters. parameters. So this is all about the definition of Z parameters. Okay. Now we'll go on learning Y parameters. Let us learn Y parameters. So in a similar way, like how we defined Z parameters, same way we take two different equations. Okay, before getting into Y parameters, so let us write the circuit for the Z parameter. We will write the final circuit for Z parameter. So this circuit will actually represents the Z parameter equations. Not in parallel, I'm sorry. This will be in series. This is Z parameter, so this comes in series. So here this is plus minus V1, this is plus minus V2. Now what is the equation? If you go back and see what is the equation that we have got is V1 is Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2. So we know normally the current is this is I1 and this is I2. So V1, so if you write the KVL for this loop, plus V1 equals Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2 plus Z12 I2. When I need Z12 I2 is the output current. Therefore, to represent Z12 I2, I'll use a dependent voltage source, which is plus and minus. Dependent voltage source, which is dependent on the current I2. So here, if I write the equation here, V1 plus V1 minus I1 Z11 minus Z12 I2 will be equal to 0. Therefore, I will easily get V1 to be equal to I1 Z11 plus Z12 I2. So if you write the KVL here, I get this equation. Therefore, this network represents first equation of the Z parameter. Now coming to the second equation, if you see, go back and see the second equation, V2 is equal to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. Therefore, if I write the KVL for this loop, plus V2 minus Z21 into I2 minus Z22 I1. This is Z22 into I2 minus Z21 into I1, because I1 is the input current. Therefore, this becomes Z21 into I1 and this is Z22 into I2. Therefore, if you write the KVL for this, it is plus V2 minus I2 Z22 minus Z21 I1 equals 0. You can easily write this as V2 equals Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. So this represents the second equation. Therefore, this is the network for Z parameters. Finally, this is the circuit that you write for Z parameters. Okay. So I hope you got the circuit how to write for Z parameters. Now what we will do, we will try to analyze for Y parameters now. Okay. So let us go for Y parameters. So So again we'll define two equations for y parameters. Y you all know that it is admittance parameters, what we call. Y stands for admittance. Therefore I1 equals y11 v1 plus y12 v2. So we all know I1 by v1, I by v is y, right? I by v is y. That is how you remember the equation. Similarly here in z11 and z parameters you can easily say, in z parameters we can easily say z is what, v by a. That is why voltage comes to the left hand side and currents will get added with z parameters. So here as admittance parameters is I by v, current comes in the left hand side whereas voltage gets added with the y parameters. So this is equation 1. Now coming to I2 equals y21 v1 plus y22 v2. So this is the second equation. So now with these two equations we can define the y parameters. So we do have a two-port network like this where input port and this is the output port. So this is the current I1 now. So this is voltage V1, this is voltage V2 and this is I2. Now what is I1? What is Y11? Y11 would be equal to I1 by V1. Y11 will be I1 by V1 when V2 equals 0. Similarly, when V2 equals 0 in second equation, I get Y21 to be equal to I2 by V1. I2 by V1 when V2 equals 0. Similarly, I get Y21 equals in the second equation, Y21 equals not y21, I have already written y21. So for next, when v1 equals 0, that is what we need to analyze. So we get y12 to be equal to I1 by v2 when v1 equals 0. Similarly, y22 equals I2 by v2 when v1 equals 0. So it means when voltage is 0, then you are going to short circuit that terminal wherever the voltage is 0. So here when V2 is 0, it means that you are going to short the output port. You are going to short the output port and then you are going to find out what is Y11 and Y21. Why? How? By shorting the output port. Similarly, Y12 and Y22 is been obtained by shorting the input port. Your input port is shortened because V1 is 0. So you should always keep one thing in mind. When current is 0, it is open. When current equals infinity, it is short. When voltage equals 0, it is short. When voltage is infinity, then such circuit will be open. Similarly, when resistance is equal to 0, it is short. Such circuit will have short circuit. When resistance is infinity, it behaves as open. So these terminologies you should know. So here voltage is 0 means you are going to short those terminal. So to find out Y12 and Y22, I am going to short the input terminal. After shorting the input terminal, I will find out I1 V2, I2 V2 and all, where I will take that I1 V2, I2 V2 and all to find out Y12 and Y22. Therefore, if I define these y parameters, I will say Y11 will be equal to, as you're finding all these parameters by shorting any one of the port. Therefore, I'll say Y11 would be equal to short circuit input admittance. Short circuit input admittance. Similarly, Y12 is equal to short circuit forward admittance. Similarly, Y21 is equal to short circuit reverse admittance. And then finally, Y22 equals short circuit output admittance. because you have both in current and voltages output port. Here both current and voltages input ports. So therefore that is why it is called as output and input respectively. Okay. Therefore the Y parameters now is also called as short circuit admittance parameters. Short circuit admittance parameters. So Y parameters is also called as short circuit admittance parameters. Now I'll write the circuit for this. So it will have a parallel branches. There in Z parameters we had a series branch. Now we'll have parallel branch now. Now we'll have parallel branch like this. So here this is still remains as V1 and this is I1, this is I2, V2. Now we know that the formula is I1 equals Y11 V1 plus Y22 Y12 V2. Therefore V2 is the output voltage. When I write here, I'll say there is a current dependent source now because you are writing the current equation here. Y11 V1 is also current, Y12 V2 is also current. When you multiply admittance with voltage, you get a current value. So therefore the current I1 is entering and it is dividing into two different currents. One current value is Y11 V1 and the other current value is Y12 V2, where V2 is the output voltage, and therefore when I am representing V2 here, I make that as a dependent source. This source is dependent on output voltage and it has a constant Y12 admittance with that. Whereas this would be Y11. Why? Because I1 equals voltage across Y11 is V1. Therefore V1 into Y11 plus Y12 V2 is another current. So I think if you know that I1 gets divided into two different currents. So the current through Y11 would be what? V1 into Y11. Current through this is the dependent source. You directly add this current source Y12 V2. So similarly here V2 is equal to, so I2 is equal to Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2. Here was the formula. Therefore here in this box it becomes Y22, whereas this becomes the current source with the value Y21 V1. Now here see I2 is entering, it is getting divided into two currents, and the current through this branch is voltage across that admittance is V2 multiplied by the admittance is the current through this branch, and this current is Y21 V1. Sorry. So therefore this would be the circuit for admittance parameters. Okay. So now let us go with the next discussion, which is T parameters or ABCD parameters. T or ABCD parameters. We call this as transmission parameters. So the two equations for transmission parameters is, first one is, so why it is called as ABCD? Because now the parameters are represented by ABCD. So the first one is V1 equals A into V2 minus B into I2. Similarly, another equation is I1 equals C into V2 minus D into I2. This is the only parameter where, so you have two ports where I1 plus minus V1. This is the only parameters where we consider or assume current I2 is flowing away from the circuit, because it is transmission. Transmission means you are transmitting from one circuit to another circuit. Therefore I2 cannot enter now, it should leave. Therefore when I2 is considered to be leaving, we take this minus symbol. Okay. This is the reason why negative sign is given in the equations, because I2 is assumed now to be leaving the circuit. Okay, now this is the first equation and this is the second equation. Now what we do, we now try to write the ABCD parameter equations now. So A will be equal to V1 by V2 when B is equal to sorry, not B, B cannot be 0, when I2 is equal to 0, when I2 is equal to 0. Similarly, we do get C is equal to I1 by V2 when I2 is equal to 0 in the second equation. In the second equation, when I2 is 0, you get C to be equal to I1 by V2. Similarly, you get B to be equal to V1 minus V1 by I2. B is equal to minus V1 by I2 when V2 equals 0. And then D is equal to I1 minus I1 by I2 when V2 equals 0. See, this is not either short circuit or open circuit, whatever we called for Z parameters and Y parameters, because you have a mixture of both open and short. To find out A and C, you make I2 equals 0. So to find A and C, you make current I2 equals 0. It means that you try to create an open circuit across the output port and then connect V1 across this and find out what is V1, V2, I1, V2 and all. And through that you are going to find out A and C. So A and C will be found by keeping the output port open. Now to find B and D, V2 equals 0. It means that you are going to short the output port. You are going to short the output port to find out B and D. Okay, you make V2 equals 0 means you are going to short the output port, and then you find out what is V1 by I2. This is V1 by I2, and what is my I1 and I2, and then you find out B and D. So you open to find out. You open to find out the parameter A and C. So you open to find out the parameter A and C, and then you short the output port to find the parameter B and D. This is the T parameters. Now if I write the circuit for the particular T parameters, how it would be, the circuit here is, so you have a voltage equals, so you will have a voltage means it should be a series network. With a dependent source. See, there will be a combination of both series at input and parallel at the output. So you will have a parallel network at the output port. This is how it is. So now this is plus minus V1, I1, and then this would be a voltage source. When it is in series, when you are writing KVL, you need to have a voltage source, and this would be a current source. So now I2 is leaving, and this is V2. Now coming to the equation, what is V1 equals A into V2 minus B into I2. A into V2 minus B into I2. Right? So therefore, I think I should have both as the dependent source only. Both should be dependent source, because both V2 and I2 are the output port. So I will have both dependent source here. Okay, so this would be minus plus minus, this would be minus plus. Now if I write the equation for this, you will come to know. Anyway, this is this plus minus is what? A into V2. This would be A into V2, and this would be B into I2, B into I2. This is a voltage dependent voltage source, current dependent voltage source. Voltage dependent voltage source, current dependent voltage source. So if I write the equation V1 minus A into V2 plus B into I2 equals 0. So therefore this would be V1 equals A into V2 minus B into I2. We got the first equation with this loop. Now coming to the next, I1 equals C into V2 minus D into I2. Okay. So therefore I think this would be so C into V2, right? C into V2. So this would be C into V2. I2 is leaving. So current, it should be entering and this should be entering and that should be leaving. So this would be what, so there should be a C here, and then I think we need voltage. See, there is both V2 and I2, right? So therefore I have I1 here. See, I1 is there. So therefore I think I need to have a dependent sources here. So I need to have a dependent sources here. So if I try to write what is I2 equals in this equation, so di2, you take di2 would be equal to CV2 minus I1, CV2 minus I1. So I2 would be equal to C by dV2 minus 1 by d I1. So therefore this both entering, so this should be C by d, this should be C by d, whereas so C by d into V2 would be the voltage, the current across this particular branch, and this should be a dependent sources only, where the current should be in a reverse direction because I need minus 1 by di1. Therefore, I'll get this as 1 by di1. So now if you write what is I2, summation of these two. So I2 would be equal to, so leaving equals entering. So I2 would be equal to C by d into V2, whereas this is leaving. It should be entering, but this is leaving. So therefore I write minus 1 by di1. So therefore I got this equation. So this would be the circuit for the T parameters. This would be the circuit for T parameters. Okay. Then fine. The next circuit or the next discussion will be on H parameters. H parameters, or we call it as hybrid parameters. Hybrid parameters. So now again we'll take two equations for hybrid parameters. One equation is V1 equals H11 I1 plus H12 V2. Okay, before that I hope we should define the terms here. What is A, what is B, what is C, what is D. What is A here? So I'll just write here itself. What is A here? You have V1 by V2. V1 by V2. It's a voltage ratio. It's a voltage ratio. Or if you take reciprocal of 1 by A, if you take 1 by A, then it will be V2 by V1. I can say this is voltage gain. Voltage gain. Because output voltage by input voltage, we always say it is gain, voltage gain. Now coming to I1 by V2. So this is what type of voltage gain? Open circuit voltage gain. Open circuit voltage gain, because I2 equals 0 you are making to find out A. So I can easily say that open circuit voltage gain. Similarly here, this is admittance. I by V is admittance. So I'll say open circuit 1 and 2. Therefore it is forward admittance. Open circuit forward admittance. Then this is V1 by I2. So this is impedance. Therefore this is short circuit. Why short circuit? V2 equals 0. Short circuit impedance, forward impedance, because V1 by I2, forward impedance. And then finally, D equals minus I1 by I2. Now if you take 1 over D, this becomes I2 by I1, minus I2 by I1. Anyway, you will get a negative current gain. Anyway, normally we call this as a current gain. So this is short circuit current gain. Short circuit current gain. So this is the definition for A, B, C, D. What is A, what is B, what is C, what is D. See, you are getting admittance, you are getting impedance, you are getting gain, voltage gain, you are getting current gain. See, in Z parameters, you get only the impedances. In Y parameters, you get only the admittances. Whereas in T and H parameters, you normally get gain and both admittance and impedance. Okay, you get voltage gain, you get current gain, you get forward impedance, you get forward admittance, and so on. So now coming to H parameters, we do have again two equations for H parameters. This is the first one, and second one would be equal to I2 equals H21 I1 plus H22 V2. Fine. Now with these two equations, so again if I take two port network, so this is the normal two port network with current I1 entering, again I2 is also entering now. Only in T parameters, I2 we assume it is leaving, V1 and V2. So in H parameters, let me define it. H11 equals V1 by I1, when this way will get when V2 equals 0. Similarly, H21 is equal to I2 by I1. When do we get this? Again we will get V2 equals 0 in the equation 2. Then we get H12 equals V1 by V2. When do we get this? When I1 equals 0. Similarly, we get H22 equals I2 by V2. We get this when again I1 equals 0 in the second equation. Therefore, here when we need to find out H11 and H21, we try to short the output port because V2 equals 0. We short the output port and then we find the parameter H11 and H21 because V2 equals 0 for that too. If I want to find out what is H12 and H22, I will make current I1 equals 0. For that current I1 equals 0, I will try to make our input port to be open. Input port to be open, and then I will find out H12 and H22. Therefore, you are shorting to find out H11 and H21. You are creating an open circuit at the input port to find out H12 and H22. Okay, so this is how the H parameters are been obtained in the two port network. Now, what is V1 by I1? V1 by I1 is input impedance. Therefore, this is short circuit input impedance. Short circuit input impedance. Why short circuit? You are creating short across output because V2 equals 0. This is short circuit current gain. I2 by I1 is current gain. Short circuit current gain. V1 by V2 is voltage ratio, or if you take 1 over H12, you get voltage gain. Therefore, this is open circuit voltage gain if I take the ratio V2 by I1. Similarly, here open circuit I2 by V2 is output admittance. Open circuit output admittance. Open circuit output admittance. Now, if I try to write the circuit for this, so see here V1. So it is voltage equation and this is current equation. Therefore, again I will get the mixture of series and parallel at the output port. So I will have a series circuit at the input port. In this way, where I will have parallel circuit at the output port. So this is how we'll have. So now if this is the current, so here I1, V1, then I2, V2. Now what is the first equation? If you see, to get to our first equation at the input port, V1 equals H11 I1 plus H12 V2. Therefore this becomes H11, this becomes H12 V2. So if I write the equation here, what is this? Plus V1 minus I1 into H111 minus H12 into V2 equals 0, or I can say V1 equals H11 I1 plus H12 V2. So I got the first equation. Now here I will have, if you go back and see the equation, I2 is equal to, next equation is what? I2 equals H21 I1 plus H22 V2. Therefore I2 is equal to H21 I1 plus H22 V2. So this will become H21 I1, and this will, oh this is V2, sorry, and this will be H22. Now you see, I2 equals summation of these two currents. Therefore I2 would be equal to H22 into voltage across H22 is nothing but V2. V2 plus this current source plus H21 I1. So this is the second equation of the H parameters. So therefore this is the circuit for H parameters that we write. So I hope the definition for all the four parameters is clear to you, with all the terms that I have defined for each parameters. Now we will try to learn the relationship between each parameters. Okay, the next discussion is relationship between parameters. So what we are going to derive here now is, we are going to derive Z parameters. We are going to derive Z parameters in terms of Y, in terms of Y, Z parameters in terms of Y, in terms of H, in terms of T. So you are going to derive Z parameters in terms of these three parameters. Then again we'll try to derive Y parameters in terms of Z, H and T. Z parameters, H parameters and T parameters. Similarly we derive H parameters in terms of Z, Y and T. Similarly we derive T parameters in terms of Z, Y and H. So totally we'll have 3, 3, 6 plus 3, 9 plus 3, 12 different derivations that we normally do the derivation now. So let us go with first relationship between Y and Z parameters. So let us derive Y in terms of Z parameters. Relationship between Y and Z parameters. So first derivation, derive Y parameters in terms of Z parameters. So let us derive Y parameters in terms of Z parameters. So for that we'll take equations of both parameters. So always we take first the parameter equation of z and then y, and then we'll see how to get y parameters in terms of z parameters. So first we'll take z parameter equation. So we know z parameter equation is I1 equals z, not I1, V1 equals Z11 I1 plus V2 Z12 I2, this is equation 1. Similarly V2 equals Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2, this is equation 2. So we'll write the equation for y parameters here. So for y parameters you get I1 equals Y11 V1, I1 equals Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2, I2 equals Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2. So this is equation 3 and 4. Okay, now what we do, we'll try to do some jumbling with this z parameters equation to get in terms of y parameter equation, and compare that z parameter equation that we get in terms of y parameter, and then equate that two terms by comparing the equations that we get. So we'll do that now. So in these equations I should get somehow I1, V1 and V2. So I1 I should get left hand side, V1, V2 I should get in right hand side. So here I have V1, I have I1. If I2, see I1, V1 is there. If I2 is converted into V2, then my job becomes very simple. So for that, we'll consider the expression 2 and take what is E2 in expression 2. Okay, in expression 2, obtain what is I2. Okay, for that what we'll do, we'll keep Z22 I2 in the left hand side and take Z21 I1 to the next side. So V2 minus Z21 I1. Therefore I2 would be equal to V2 minus Z21 I1 by Z22. So let me take this as fifth equation. Now what I'll do, substitute phi into 1. Okay, so what we will get, we know that it is V1 I1 equals, you can see there, what is that, V1 equals Z11 I1. Yeah, so V1 equals Z11 I1 plus Z12 into I2 is what, V2 minus Z21 I1 whole thing divided by Z22. Therefore if you multiply and separate the terms, I'll get Z11 I1 plus Z12 V2 by Z22 minus Z12 Z21 by Z22 I1 is what we get. I have separated this V2 and I1 separately by dividing Z22 for both and also multiplying Z12 for this both. So now in this equation we can see that this as I1, this as I1, so I'll take I1 common. Therefore V1 would be equal to Z11 minus Z12 Z21 by Z22 whole thing into I1 plus Z12 by Z22 into V2. Okay, into V2. So V1 would be equal to Z11 Z22, so LCM, minus Z12 Z21 divided by Z22 I1 plus Z12 by Z22 V2. So therefore this Z11 Z22 minus Z12 Z21 can be written as delta Z. So delta is nothing but determinant. Now if I write Z matrix in terms of matrix, Z parameters in terms of matrix, I will write Z11 Z12 Z21 Z22. So if I'll take the determinant of this, what will I get? Z11, Z22 minus Z12, Z21. So that is what I have written here. Delta Z equals this. Therefore, I can easily, and then the next I can say V1 would be equal to delta Z by Z22 I1 plus Z12 Z22 V2. Therefore, I1 would be equal to, so delta Z by Z22 I1 equals V1 minus Z12 by Z22 V2, or I1 would be equal to Z22 V1 by delta Z minus, so if you take this Z22, Z22 will get multiplied, so you get only Z12 and delta Z comes to the denominator V2. Now this equation I will take as sixth equation. Now if you compare 6 with third equation, 6 with third equation, if you compare, now what is third equation? Third equation in the equation is what? I1 y parameter, first equation. So I'll just write that y parameter equation separately here, which is nothing but I1 equals y11 v1 plus y12 v2. So if I compare this equation with this equation, left hand side are equal, so right hand side should also be, terms should be equal. Therefore, whatever you have in terms of v1, that will be multiplied, see y11 z22 by delta z, y12 minus of z12 delta z, so I will say plus of minus z12 by delta z v2. Therefore, y11 will be equal to z22 by delta z. This is the y parameter in terms of z parameter, and y12 would be equal to minus z12 by delta z. So therefore, these are the y parameters, y11 and y12 in terms of z parameters. Now to find out another two parameters, we need to find out what is y21 and y22. So for that, what I need to do is, I need an equation of z parameters in terms of equation 4 of the y parameters. So for that, what I'll do, I'll take equation 2 of z parameters. See, I need in the form I2, V1, V2. So I have I2, I have V2. Only if I get I1 to be replaced in terms of V1, then I can compare both and I can find out what is y parameter in terms of z parameter. So for that, I'll take equation 1 and obtain what is I1. Okay, I'll take equation 1 and obtain what is I1. Okay, so that is what we do here. Yeah. So therefore, the equation 1 is what? Equation 1 is V1 equals Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2. So I need only I1, so I'll take V1 minus Z12 I2. Whole thing divided by Z11 will be I1. Now this I1 I will substitute in the second equation. So what will I get in second equation? In second equation, what is second equation? Second equation is V2 equals Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. So therefore I will substitute for I1, which will be Z21 multiplied by V1 minus Z12 by Z12 I2 by Z11 plus Z22 I2. So here this term you separate, here this term you try to multiply and separate it. So I'll get Z21 V1 by Z11 minus Z21 Z12 by Z11 I2 plus Z22 I2. So then what will I get? If I take I2 common here, I'll get I2 common. If I take, I will get Z22 minus Z21 Z12 by Z11 plus Z21 V1 plus Z11. So this is equal to V2. I'll take V1 to the left hand side, so I get minus Z21 by Z11 V1 plus V2 equals I2 into, again if you take delta Z, what is Z11, Z12, Z21, Z22. So Z11, Z22 minus Z21, Z12, you get this. So I can easily write this as delta Z by Z11 is what I2 into. Now I will multiply this with this and get only I2. Therefore I2 will be equal to minus Z21 by delta Z V1 plus Z11 by delta Z V2 is what I do. Now this I'll keep it as 7. Now compare 7th equation with 4th equation. Compare 7 with 4. Now what is 4? 4 is I2 equals Y11 V1 Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2. So if you compare Y21 with this, because I2 are equal, and Y22 with this, therefore I'll easily say Y21 equals minus Z21 by delta Z, where Y22 equals Z11 by delta Z. So I got all 4 Y parameters in terms of Z parameters. So I got all Y parameters in terms of Z parameters. So similarly, if you try to take Y parameters and then define the Z parameters, so you can get Y in terms of Z we got. Now Z in terms of Y, if you can derive yourself Z in terms of Y. So whatever we did for Y in terms of Z, you try to take Y parameter equation and then try to get in terms of Z. So if I say Z in terms of Y, if you try to do that in a reverse direction, what you get is Z11 would be equal to Z11 would be equal to Y22 by delta Y. Z12 would be equal to minus Y12 by delta Y, and Z21 equals Y21 by delta Y, and Z22 equals Y11 by delta Y. This is how you get for Z in terms of Y. Same way like how we did for the Y in terms of Z, what we did, we took Z, we derived for Y, right? See here, we took Z, we tried to do some jumbling with Z so that we compared with Y. Now when you are deriving Y in terms of Z, this is what you, when we are deriving Z in terms of Y, you take Y parameters and do the work what we did like this, and then you get in terms of this Z parameter equation and then compare that two equations so that you get Z in terms of Y. Okay. Now coming to the next discussion, relationship between Z parameters, relationship between Z parameters in terms of H parameters. So let us go with the relationship between Z parameters in terms of H parameters now. Now for that we need to take what is H parameter equation. So first we'll take the H parameter equation. So the H parameter equations are V1 equals H11 I1 plus H12 V2. Similarly, I2 equals H21 I1 plus H22 V2. And then we'll take Z parameter equation. So Z parameters is what? V1 equals Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2, whereas V2 equals Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. Now, this equations, H parameter equations, we need to try to do some jumbling with these equations so that we will be able to compare that with Z parameter equations. Now easily you see I have second equation of H parameter, so I'll just number it as 1, 2, 3 and 4. So if I take the expression 2 and try to take I1 to the left hand side and keep V2 to the right hand side, I can easily compare that equation with the fourth equation and easily find out what is Z21 and Z22 in terms of H parameters. So for that, what I'll do, I'll keep H22 V2 to the left hand side and I'll take minus H21 I1 plus I2. So now V2 would be equal to now minus H21 by H22 I1 plus 1 over H22 I2. Now let me take this as fifth equation. Now compare fifth equation with fourth equation. Compare 5 with 4 and you can easily say that Z21 equals minus H21 by H22. See, fourth equation is V2 V2, I1 plus I2, I1 and I2. So whatever Z21 is nothing but minus H21 by H22 and Z22 equals 1 over H22. So these are the two equations that we have, Z in terms of H for Z21 and for Z22. Now to find out Z11 and Z12 in terms of H parameters. Now I need V1, I1 and I2. So I have V1 here. If I substitute for V2, okay, if I substitute for V2, then I can easily get an equation in terms of V1, I1 and I2. So let me take V2 equation, which is fifth equation, and substitute that in 1. So substitute phi in 1. Substitute phi into equation 1. So what do we get? Equation 1 is what? V1 equals H11 I1. V1 equals H11 I1 plus H12 V2. V2 is what now? You get this. Minus H21 by H22 into I1. So this is V2. So multiplied, whole thing multiplied by H12 plus 1 over H22 I2. So I have substituted for V2 in the place of V2. Now you see you get whole equation in terms of I1 and I2. So therefore I'll separate I1 and take I1 common and I'll separate I2 here. So if I take I1 common here, what will I get? H11. This is minus. So minus H12 into H21 by H22 plus H12 by H22 into I2, and this is equal to V1. Now therefore V1 is now equal to, V1 would be equal to H11 H22 minus H12 H21 whole thing divided by H22 multiplied by I1 plus H12 by H22 into I2. So this H11, so if I write H11, H12, H21, H22 in the matrix form, so the determinant of this would be what? H11, H22 minus h1 to h21. Therefore, this term can be written as delta h. Therefore, V1 is now equal to delta h by h22 into I1 plus h12 by h22 into I2. Now let me take this equation as sixth equation. I'll take this as sixth equation. Now I'll compare this sixth equation. So now I'll compare this sixth equation with third equation. Compare sixth equation with third equation. I'll be getting Z11 will be equal to delta H by H22 and Z12 would be equal to H12 by H22. Okay, so this is what Z in terms of H parameter. Now if you try to take H parameters in terms of Z parameters, you will be getting H11 would be equal to, so if I take H parameters in terms of Z parameters, so just you do ulta whatever we did till now, H parameters in terms of Z parameters. So first you take Z parameters equation and then H parameters equation and do some jumbling with Z parameter equation and then compare it with the H parameters equation and then you get H parameters H11 would be equal to delta Z by Z22 and then H12 equals Z12 by Z22 and then H21 is equal to H21 you get minus Z21 by Z22 whereas H22 you get 1 over Z22. So this is what Z parameters and H parameters equation. So in the same way, by doing this jumbling whatever we have done till now, in the same way you can try to derive for all other parameters and finally you will end up in getting a table of different parameters and I will just write that table now. So here Z, Y, H and T so here Z, Y, H and T. So now Z in terms of Z you will get same parameters Z11, Z12, Z21, Z22. Z in terms of Y parameters, that is what we need to see. Z in terms of Y parameters is what we have derived just now. So you get Y22 by Z delta. So Y11 is what? Y22 by delta Y. Then similarly Y12 is minus Y12 by delta Y. sorry, this is Z11, Z12 in terms of Y parameters which I am writing. Z21 is minus Y21 by delta Y, and Z22 is Y11 by delta Y. So this is Z parameters in terms of Z11 is Y22 by delta Y, Z12 is minus Y12 by delta Y, Z21 is minus Y21 by delta Y, Z22 is Y11 by delta Y. Now similarly, if you derive for Z parameters in terms of H parameters, then you do get delta H by H22, delta H by H22, and then H12 by H22, and then minus H21 by H22, and then 1 over H22. So this is Z11, Z12, Z21, Z22 in terms of H parameters. And if you try to derive in terms of T parameters, you get A by C, and then minus delta by T by C, and then minus 1 over C, and then D by C. So here delta T is nothing but AD minus BC. Delta T is nothing but AD minus BC. Now Y in terms of Y parameters, you get Y11, Y12, Y21, Y22. Now Y in terms of Z parameters is what we need to write now. So Y in terms of Z parameters is what? You get Z22 by delta Z is Y11, then minus Z12 by delta Z is Y12, minus Z21 by delta Z is Y21, Z11 by delta Z is Y22. Similarly, if you try to derive Y in terms of H parameters, we get 1 over H11 is Y11, and then minus H12 by H11 is Y12, and then H21 by H11 is Y21, and delta H by H11 is Y22. Now if you derive Y in terms of T parameters, you get D by B is Y11, minus delta T by B is Y12, then minus 1 by B Y21, and finally A by B is Y22. Now if you try to derive H in terms of H, you will be getting H11, H12, H21, H22. Whereas H in terms of Z, if you try to see, H in terms of Z, which we derived just now, the derivation which we have done. So we will try to put that table now. H in terms of Z would be equal to delta Z by Z22 is H11, delta Z by Z22 is H11, Z12 by Z22 is H12, and then minus Z21 by Z22 is H21, 1 over Z22 is H22. So H parameters in terms of Y parameters, if we are doing, 1 over Y11 is H11, minus Y12 by Y11 is H12, Y21 by Y11 is H21, delta Y by Y11 is H22. Now coming to H parameters in terms of T parameters, if you derive, B by D is H11, delta T by D is H12, minus 1 over D is H21, C by D is H22. So finally, T parameters in terms of other parameters. So T parameters in terms of T parameters we get A, B, C, D. Now T parameters in terms of Z parameters. So what is A? T parameters in terms of Z parameters. A is Z11 by Z21, and then B is minus delta Z by Z21. C is 1 over Z21, whereas D is Z22 by Z21. Similarly, T in terms of Y, A is minus Y22 by Y21, B is minus 1 by Y21, C is minus delta Y by Y21, and D is minus Y11 by Y21. So Y in terms of T in terms of H parameters. So A equals minus delta H by H22, B is minus H11 by H21, C is minus H22 by H21, and finally D is minus 1 by H21. So you can try to derive all these equations like how I derived earlier. I have shown you some examples of Z in terms of Y or Y in terms of Z. Similarly, H in terms of Z and H in terms of Z in terms of H. So in such a way, take two equations and try to do jumbling and compare those equations to get different parameters. And this would be the table of ZYHT in terms of ZYHT. Okay. So this video contained what would be the definition of all these parameters, and I also discussed about the relationship between each and every parameters. In my next video, we will see what is the symmetric property and what would be the reciprocal property, and finally we will also see what would be the the problems that we come across in these two-port networks. Thank you.